We started small, having fun and learning as we went along, but always thinking bigger. We bought a boat we could sleep on and took some overnight trips. Then we moved up to a 32-foot Nordic tug we've named Three Ravens. This is our classroom as we learn everything we need to know to move from living on land to full-time liveaboards. Join us. We're Bill and Lisa, and we want to live on a boat. If you've been watching the last couple of videos, you probably think that this boat is just nothing but one long series of hassles. And the reality is, one of the things I love about my Cummins 6BT diesel engine is it just runs. It runs beautifully. Runs every time. And we just chug along constantly. And it's only when idiots like me make certain mistakes that we have problems. So the mistake I think that we made is that we had a full checklist of things to check before leaving every time. And last year we were religious about it. And quite frankly, I think one of the biggest problems that people have everywhere is we got complacent. We got feeling like, yeah, we know it and everything's fine, and the boat has, every time we checked it, it was perfect, so why do we keep on checking it? And you know, if we had done that check, we would have seen a little bit of oil and not dumped 2.5 gallons of oil into our bilge. So we're going to take you through our entire checklist.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Check. Check the oil level in the engine. Did you check the oil level?
And oil is perfect, right in between full and empty. You know, this engine burns so little oil. In between oil changes, I will not notice any drop in the amount of oil in there.
Okay, and the seawater strainer. Make sure it's free of debris. Got it?
Right now, we're not picking up a lot of debris, and I can look in here and see that there's nothing in there. It's still early enough in the season that we don't have a lot of weeds. As the season goes on, the weeds will grow up at 10-12 feet. It sometimes will suck in some weeds into there, and we'll have to empty it. But right now it's quite clean.
Yeah.
And the lever is up, so we're good there.
Check the coolant level.
Coolant level is maybe slightly low, but there's plenty in there. I could probably add some coolant at some point, but I think it's fine.
Okay. Complete a visual check of the engine room for leaking oil, fuel, or coolant,
that.
or loose items that should be secured, or anything unusual.
Okay, so if we had done this last time, we would have probably noticed a little bit of oil had spilled. But I got a little light here, and I'm just going to look around. We left some of these oil mats right here underneath the boat, underneath the engine, I mean.
Yeah.
That way, if just a drop or two of oil falls, we'll see it. But everything looks good. There doesn't seem to be any more oil leaks.
When you have completed the engine room checks, turn off the engine room light and replace the hatch cover so we don't fall in. And I'm really glad they added this to our checklist, because we might not have remembered.
To put the ratchets back on. I hate when that happens. You try to start the engine, you fall down on the bilge. Yep.
Check the Racor fuel filters for water or contamination?
We buy all of our fuel here at the marina, and I know that they take very, very good care of filtering their fuel. So we've never had any problems with our fuel. Certainly if we are traveling and we're going to other marinas where we're not sure about their fuel, we're going to have to be more monitoring of this. But I will now check the fuel filters, which are way down underneath there. And as I suspected, there's absolutely no debris or water. Good, clean fuel.
Yay! Check the fuel and water, which we do often. Check the fuel. Fuel is the outer one. Okay, we got about 150 gallons of fuel. Okay, our water, inside one. We're a little low on water. We've got 63 gallons of water. We should add some water before we go. Okay, now disconnect shore power.
So you'd have to be a complete idiot to forget to unplug your shore power before taking off. And I am just that idiot. That was an embarrassing morning. I don't think I'll ever forget to take the shore power off.
Yeah. That's about it.
Okay, so we've checked all the systems, we've unplugged the shore power, everything looks ready to go, and we can start the engine. Yay! And it starts every time just like that. We recently had a really unnecessary tragedy here in Lake Champlain. A boat on a beautiful day, calm conditions. From what I read in the paper, a kid jumped overboard, immediately floundered in the water. Now there were 4 adults on board. The first adult jumped in with the kid without a life jacket or any sort of flotation device. Now they've got 2 people in the water. Now the boat's drifting away, so another person jumped in the water. Now you've got 3 people in the water without a life jacket. Finally, the 4th adult on the boat jumped overboard holding a life jacket, gave it to the kid and the first person who went out. The 2 people remaining on the boat, neither one of them could drive the boat. The kid and the first person who jumped in the water apparently swam to shore. The other 2 drowned. And the people left on the boat were left there to just simply watch hopelessly as their loved ones drowned.
Horrible.
A totally unnecessary tragedy. So, it's a good day for us to practice our man overboard skills. So here I have 3 ravens. And here is one of us on the boat. Okay? So here we are going along. Oh no, I've fallen overboard. Okay, so someone's right there as we are moving. The first thing that you want to do is get the propeller away from him. Some people tend to turn this way and put the propeller right into the person that just went overboard. Not a good thing. So what you always want to do, it's counterintuitive, but you turn the boat towards the person who fell overboard. Because what that will do is swing the stern away from them. Okay? Remember, we're moving, so as someone goes overboard, by the time you even realize he's overboard, you're probably ahead of him. So the first thing you do is turn the wheel towards the person who fell overboard. The second thing that you do is kill all power. So just drop it back. Don't turn the engine off, you're going to want it. But just stop. That'll stop the boat. But it's 16,000 pounds of boat. It's not going to stop immediately. So it's going to continue to drift on. Now, the next thing that you need to do...
turn the boat, it's going to be drifting...
Yeah, something like this, yeah. So now this person's in the water. The next thing that you can do is figure out what are the conditions. Is there a strong wind pushing the boat away faster than the person can swim? Is he a good swimmer? Is it calm, the water's warm, he can swim back to the boat and say, boy do I feel like an idiot. You got to quickly assess that
Or
situation.
if the wind's coming this way.
Well, and the boat will drift more than the swimmer will. This is a great big sail, so that would push the boat back down on the swimmer, which would be okay. If it's pushing it away, it's amazing how fast the boat will drift away from a swimmer. This is, I think, what happened to the kids that were, the people that were drowned, was the boat was drifting away from them. So the next thing that you can do is to throw over a life ring. So here's our life ring, okay? And I'm going to put out some life ring here. So you're going to throw the life ring over and see if the person can get to it. So if he can't get to the boat, he might be able to get to the life ring, and you can just simply pull him in. If he can't, for whatever, he can't swim, maybe he's injured, he might have hurt himself going overboard, or you've drifted so far away. Now, how do you get the life ring to the person? What you do is you're already going in this direction. You turn the boat around. Get that extra string out of the way. I'm using an old shoelace, so it doesn't work too well. And you come back, and as soon as you get to him, you turn around. Notice the stern is again turning away from the swimmer. And as you come up, it will come right to the swimmer. A couple of things that it's really important to remember is you never leave the helm except to throw the life ring overboard. The captain is responsible for both the ship and the swimmer in the water. Okay? And what happened in this terrible tragedy was all of the people that could drive the boat jumped overboard. There was nobody there to operate the boat. The boat is your safety. So if you're not operating the boat and the person in the water is not operating the boat, you're screwed. So you must maintain control of the boat and the protection of the swimmer. Okay? That makes sense? Let's go practice it.
How you doing, Kimberly?
You okay?
Are you okay? Oh no, I'm falling!
Wait a minute! You can't fall in the water! You're driving the boat!
That's right, I'm on the helm.
Thanks for joining us on our journey as we learn an awful lot and have a lot of fun. We're Bill and Lisa, and we're going to live on a boat.